इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स है, रेजोनेंट कन्वर्टर स्पेशलाइजेशन है और टोटल अपना अलग इंटरेस्ट रहता है. बट इफ यू वांट टू स्टे इन द इंजीनियरिंग फैकल्टी यू हैव टू कीप
लावायचं सरांच्या बोलायला 2 मिनिटं करू काय आवाज.
So we are living at the beginning of new technological revolution around Industry 4 technologies such as now there is a boom of, if you see our branches, artificial intelligence, robotics and IoT. And if you go to any institute and see the intake, 50% intake you can see of these branches: AI, ML, AI, electronics and AI, robotics and computer, IoT, even specialization, MTech, different disciplines are coming. If you see the AICT manual, even AICT approved courses. But again, these all are the things market driven. आज अगर कंप्यूटर की डिमांड है 4 साल के बाद में, अभी तो कंप्यूटर नहीं बोलते, एआई, एमएन, एआई ज्यादा बोलते हैं. सो आज अगर एआई की डिमांड है 4 साल के बाद में एआई का क्या होने वाला है, वेदर एआई इज गोइंग टू गिव द मोर जॉब्स और मोर एंटरप्रेन्योर और रिडक्शन इन जॉब. That are the things we have to see. Then Industry 4 refers to a smart and connected production system. Even nowadays, hard work and smart work. Now those days are gone. Hard is required, even a hard teacher is required, hard working teacher is required, but along with that smart teachers are also required. In the same thing, Industry 4 refers to a smart and connected production system designed to sense, predict, interact with the physical world so as to make decisions that support production in real time. So smart work required, smart faculty required, and now in generation 5, smart factory. Sir is going to talk. Then developing countries need to diversify their production towards more technologically advanced sector. And whether we are technologically advanced or not, we have seen the Sindoor. Recently we observed the Operation Sindoor and everyone keep mum. Can we develop in such a way? And there is a question mark. So developing countries need to diversify their production towards the technologically advanced sectors. Then that is about the rapid change. So average gap in per capita income between developed and developing countries is $40,000. And what would be the effect of Industry 4B? So would it facilitate or hinder the industrialization of developing countries? Would it reduce or increase inequalities? So these are the questions posed for Industry 4. And answers lying in the hands of the budding engineers. So next one, Industry 5. So this is 5th industrial revolution, is a new phase of industrialization that builds on Industry 4 and smart technologies by reintegrating human into production process as collaborators rather than mere operators. काय झालं, बंद झालं? हा ठीक आहे. तसं गरज नाही पडणार. हॅलो. So it emphasizes a human centric approach that fosters collaboration between people and intelligent systems to drive sustainability, resilience and human-centric value creation. Again, sorry here, UHV, human values. This involves upskilling workers to work alongside AI, robotics, and other digital gadgets to enhance creativity, critical thinking. So these are the things incorporated in NEP. Creativity, critical thinking, customization, moving beyond just efficiency and productivity. So these are the key pillars of Industry 5. Though our topic is Industry 4, characterized by three main pillars that shape its vision: human centricity, then sustainability, resilience, and how it differs from Industry 4. While Industry 4 focused primarily on smart automation, connectivity, and efficiency, Industry 5 adds a crucial human element to these advancements. If you see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, human is shown. Then Industry 4 centered on smart technologies, automation, and digital connectivity to optimize manufacturing processes. Industry 5 integrates human capabilities, values, and creativity with these smart technologies to create a more balanced and sustainable industrial ecosystem. Key features already seen: human-machine collaboration, learn and flexible production, sustainability, smart factory, customization. So other way of presentation. Now come to our main topic. NEP 2020 approved by Union Cabinet on 29th July 20 to look for many transformative changes in Indian education system and outlines of the vision of India new education policy system. NEP will lay the foundation for 21st century India. Then improvement in quality of higher educational institute, which will be at par with the global standards. Then vision of new education system of India for school education and higher education. The aim is to overall the country's NEP's aim to overall country's education system. To overall the country's education system. So overall word is very important. Why there is a necessity to overall? Because we started from Gurukul, reached to the Kulguru, Gurukul to Kulguru, and now again thinking with another way going to the Gurukul. Why? There is a big questions, and who is the responsible for that? And जब हम आगे एक उंगली दिखाएंगे तो बची हुई उंगली अपने तरफ ही आएंगी. Who is responsible for that? Irrespective of the field. If we talk about the education field or technical education, then we are the responsible person. Why there is a need of overall? Even if you take the Kharche sir started since 86, we started in 88, and compare the quality of lab work only. Forget about all the things, NEP, skill, and so many. How the old persons or senior person took the skills from that lab work. If you today enter in the lab and ask to the teacher, let me see how you perform the experiment, and there is a big question mark. Why? Though there will be your UTM or our machines or transformers or any other lab or even digital persons realization of XOR or XNOR, सब only components are given and realized. So it's all depends on the what type of inputs you are getting. बोलते ना शिक्षक कभी साधारण नहीं होता, कुछ तो है ना, आचार्य चाणक्य का स्टेटमेंट है, शिक्षक कभी साधारण नहीं होता, प्रलय और निर्माण दोनों उसके गोद में पलते हैं। तो हम दो प्रकार के विद्यार्थी तैयार कर सकते हैं, हम भी तैयार हुए तो उसी प्रकार के हुए हैं। जिनको जो लेना है वो ले लिया, जिनको नहीं लेना है वो दूसरे रास्ते से चले गए। कहीं एक जगह आने वाला है रेफरेंस मेरे इसमें, विथ रेफरेंस टू द IKS ना सर, हाँ IKS में आएगा। देन the aim is to achieve 100% youth and adult literacy. See, this is about total umbrella of higher education. How is these all things are given in 42-page document of NEP 2020। उसके अलावा कुछ भी नहीं है, मैंने अपना खुद का कुछ नहीं लाया है उसमें, but you have to go through it at once। एक बार जाओ नहीं समझेगा, दूसरी बार जाओ, तीसरी बार जाओ, अपने आप पता लगेगा कि what NEP expect from teacher as a professional teacher। मैनेजमेंट, इंजीनियरिंग, फार्मेसी, ह्यूमैनिटीज, सोशल साइंसेस, टेक्नोलॉजी, प्रोफेशनल, टेक्निकल एजुकेशन, जनरल साइंसेस, these are the things comes under the umbrella of higher education। प्रिंसिपल्स में रिकॉग्नाइजिंग, आइडेंटिफाइंग, फोकसिंग द यूनिक कैपेबिलिटी ऑफ ईच स्टूडेंट बाय सेंसिटाइजिंग teachers as well as the parent to promote each student's holistic development in both academic and non-academic spheres, fostering the unique capabilities of each student by sensitizing teachers. Teachers sensitization is important while implementing the NEP. Then parents to promote each student's holistic development in both academic and non-academic spheres. Non-academic spheres very smartly incorporated in NEP. If you see the verticals, now you are in university domain, na? Affiliated to the university. The university adopted the NEP 2020. That means July 2023 GR. Released by government of Maharashtra, and complete scheme is given कि how NEP is implemented for in technical education, how verticals are adjusted with the credits। So इसके आगे में आएगा। Then achieve fundamental literacy and numeracy by all students by grade 3। Then flexibility so that learners have the ability to choose their learning trajectories and program and thereby choose their own path in life according to their talents and interest। ये पहले था, गुरुकुल था, तब बीच में गायब हो गया था टैलेंट एंड इंटरेस्ट, और अभी फिर से हम पढ़ रहे हैं क्योंकि ट्रेंड कुछ अलग था बीच में। आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू द डिटेल। Now there is no hard separation between arts and sciences, between curricular and extracurricular, between vocational and academic stream, etc. in order to eliminate harmful hierarchies among and silos between different areas of learning. Now there is no boundaries, you can say। बहुत अच्छा इंजीनियर है और ह्यूमन वैल्यूज नहीं है तो आई डोंट थिंक कि कोई काम का है। नॉलेज के जो टाइप है परा एंड अपरा, वो थोड़ा सा देखो। सो ये बीच बीच में जहां से आ रहा है ना, अगेन आई अटेंडेड द कोर्स ऑन IKS at Akshardham, Saharanpur. They used to have wonderful courses for the teacher. And what we did is, when we attended the I and Avari sir attended the course, saw the course content and the delivery. If you see their monk and sadhus, कहाँ से तो IISc से है, कहाँ से तो IIT से है, कहाँ से तो GE से है. Such a wonderful personalities come and deliver very lucid manner. And the way they narrate the things and without any religious bias. कहीं कुछ नहीं मिलेगा. वहां अब्दुल कलाम भी होंगे, वहां सचिन तेंदुलकर भी होंगे. And if you see their workbook, so what we did after coming back, we adopted one course, IPDC 1 and IPDC 2, Integrated Personality Development course, and they used to run throughout the India. So our GP was autonomous, so we directly adopted in our GB Academic Council and implemented. Their trainer used to come, they used to provide the material, and we can see, marginally we can see, there is a change in behavioral aspects of the students also. Because their examples and their way they first train our teachers. So now you people are going for the autonomy. So try to adopt such a wonderful courses. यूनिवर्सिटी से कोई लेना देना नहीं है उनका, बट यूनिवर्सिटी से अप्रूव करके लेना है. सब कुछ बैकबोन वो आपको फीड करते हैं. देन multidisciplinary and holistic education across the sciences, social science, arts, humanities, sports, for a multidisciplinary world in order to ensure the unity and integrity of all knowledge. Emphasis, these are the NEP principles. Emphasis on conceptual understanding rather than rote learning and learning for exam. इतना स्कोर चाहिए तो MBBS को चला जाएगा, इतना CET स्कोर, इतना JEE चाहिए तो वहां चला जाएगा. So emphasis on conceptual understanding rather than rote learning and learning for exams. क्योंकि पुराना बीकॉम वाला भी 45% वाले का अगर मैथमेटिक्स चेक करेंगे, अभी भी 7, 5, 12, 3, 15 जो भी वो आना पाव जिस ढंग से वो करते थे वो हमको भी नहीं आता है. दैट वाज द क्वालिटी. देन क्रिएटिविटी एंड क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग टू एनकरेज लॉजिकल डिसीजन मेकिंग एंड इनोवेशन. दीज आर द GAs. ग्रेजुएट एट्रीब्यूट अगर अपने इसमें है PEO में ना, उसमें भी इंजीनियरिंग के 3-4 ही है, बाकी सारे जनरलाइज है. देन इथिक्स एंड ह्यूमन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल वैल्यूज, दीज आर द कोर्सेस वी आर डूइंग. देन एम्पैथी, रिस्पेक्ट ऑफ अदर्स, क्लीनलीनेस, courtesy, democratic spirit, spirit of service, respect of public property, scientific temper, liberty, responsibility, equality and justice. अभी तो प्रिंसिपल ही चलेगा. These are all principles. Promoting multilingualism and the power of language in teaching and learning. And you know the power of mother tongue. Even if I can't explain in English very nicely as in Marathi, जे मी मराठीत चांगल्या पद्धतीने समजावून सांगू शकेल एव्हरीवन, कारण आपण खालपासून जे आलोय 1ली 2री पासून तेव्हा तर काही नव्हतंच. तर मराठी आणि मराठी मायबोली. पण जरुरी नाही आहे की पुढे आपण टेक्निकली करू शकत नाही असंही नाही आहे. पण आता जो बायलिंग्वल मल्टीलिंग्वल आलाय, डिप्लोमा मध्ये तो कन्सेप्ट आहे, कदाचित तुमच्याकडे असेल की स्टुडंट्स कॅन राईट द आन्सर इन मराठी रिजनल लँग्वेज. इवन इंजिनिअरिंग ऑल्सो स्टार्टेड सेपरेट सेक्शन्स. AICT used to give the permission. Then life skills such as communication, cooperation, teamwork, resilience. Focus on regular formative assessment for learning rather than the summative assessment that encourages today's coaching culture. ठीक आहे, कोचिंग कल्चरवर आपण काही जास्त बोलू नाही. Extensive use of technology in teaching and learning, removing language barriers, increasing access for Divyang students, educational planning and management, respect for diversity, respect for local context in all curriculum, respect for local context in all curriculum. So if you take your area, then you are a cotton king, white gold. So that context and industry based or entrepreneurship based on that, you can give some boost in your curricula while in your autonomous syllabus. At least something for a regionalized. Then pedagogy and policy, always keeping in mind that education is a concurrent subject. Full equity and inclusion as a cornerstone of all educational decisions to ensure that all students are able to thrive in the education system. Synergy in curriculum across all levels of education, from early childhood care and education to school education to higher education. Then teachers and faculty as the heart of the learning process, their recruitment, continuous professional development, positive working environment and service condition. Their recruitment, continuous professional development, 360-degree. What 360-degree expect? That total format is given in, I think in 7th page here. AICT 7th page. 360-degree calculation. Different components are given. Even simply professional development, if we see, what do you expect in professional development? Everyone should have different aim. कि मेरे पर सेमेस्टर एटलीस्ट SCI में एक पेपर होना चाहिए, साल भर में एक पेटेंट होना चाहिए. ऐसा कुछ प्लानिंग करेंगे डिपार्टमेंट वाइज. Then and then collectively we can show that this is our institute professional commitment. At least वेब ऑफ साइंस में होना चाहिए, क्योंकि नाउ अगेन इफ यू टॉक अबाउट द पब्लिकेशन इन इंजीनियरिंग, तो अभी बड़ा बाजार हो गया है. वी कांट अंडरस्टैंड कि कौन सा पेपर कहां से आया है, सुबह दे दो शाम को आ जाएगा. बी केयरफुल. जैसे जैसे आगे जाते कोई पूछता ही नहीं है उसको. देन continuous professional development, positive working environment. What do you mean by positive working environment? प्रिंसिपल ने तो दे दिया, डिपार्टमेंट दे दिया, हेड ने लैब दे दी, सब कुछ दे दिया. व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय पॉजिटिव वर्किंग एनवायरमेंट्स? एंड दिस इज इन योर हैंड. How to create that environment with the help of student. And there are different ways how You can create the environment in the department, in the classroom, in the lab, everywhere. Service condition. So that care will be taken by the management. ये आ गया light but tight. Light but tight regularity framework to ensure the integrity, transparency, and resource efficiency of educational system through audit and public disclosure while encouraging innovation and out-of-box ideas through autonomy. That is the purpose of autonomy. Out-of-box thinking, then good governance, empowerment, then outstanding research as a requisite for outstanding education and development. Outstanding research, though we are not research institute, research is expected in 360. Outstanding research as a requisite for outstanding education and development. Continuous review of progress based on sustained research and regular assessment by educational experts. Continuous assessment. Then diverse, ancient, modern culture. These are verticals. Then education is a public service. Access to quality education must be considered to a basic right of every child. Substantial investment in a strong, vibrant and public education as well as the encouragement and facilitation of true philanthropic private community participation. Vision. What is the vision of NEP? Transform India into equitable and vibrant knowledge society by providing high quality education to all, thereby making India a global knowledge superpower. लेकिन ये कैसे होगा? How it is possible? By providing high quality education to all. शुरुआत तो खुद से ही होंगी, चाहे कोई भी हो, प्राइमरी टीचर हो, मिडिल स्कूल टीचर हो, हाई स्कूल टीचर, because we know how quality we are getting from schooling. आपको तो कम पता लगता है, लेकिन डिप्लोमा में बहुत ज्यादा पता लगता है कि बच्चे कहां से आ रहे हैं और कैसे आ रहे हैं. 90% लेके आ रहे हैं. अगेन दिस इज अ बून ऑफ जो भी है सीबीसी है, जो बोलना है बोलो, क्योंकि ग्रेडेशन ही है, एब्सोल्यूट मार्किंग तो है ही नहीं. 90% लेके आ रहा है और इंग्लिश में एक सेंटेंस भी नहीं लिख पा रहा है. इधर हम रीजनल लैंग्वेज की भी बात कर रहे हैं. सो बहुत सारे चैलेंजेस है टीचर के सामने. जैसे जैसे टीचर आगे जाएंगे उसके सामने प्रॉब्लम्स ही होंगे. लेकिन उसको लेटर लिखने के बोलो, लाता है, बहुत बढ़िया लेटर लाता है. चैट जीपीटी लाता है ना, एप्लीकेशन फॉर अ लीव वो डाल देगा, प्रिंट आउट बढ़िया लगता है देखते. किसने लिखा? तो मैंने लिखा. बोलते फिर पूछो कहां से लिखा? तो चैट जीपीटी से. तो एडवांटेजेस भी है. इवन अपनी पीपीटी मिल जाती है जो चाहिए वो, लेकिन एक बार पढ़ जरूर लेना उसके अंदर क्या क्या निकल गया. तो दीज आर द एडवांटेजेस, डिसएडवांटेजेस. जुडिशियसली हमको यूज करना है, क्योंकि यही जनरेशन है हमारा कि जिसको सब कुछ देखने को मिला है. Curriculum and pedagogy of our institutions must develop among the student to deep sense of respect towards the fundamental duties. Deep sense of respect towards the fundamental duties and constitutional values, bonding with one's country and conscious awareness of one's role and responsibilities in changing world. Roles and responsibilities. फिर कहीं पे भी हो, चपरासी हो तो भी उसका रोल है, वो भी उतना ही इंपॉर्टेंट है. और टॉप पे बैठा हुआ डायरेक्टर, जॉइंट डायरेक्टर, प्रिंसिपल जो भी है वो भी उतना ही रिस्पॉन्सिबल है. बिकॉज अगेन फाइनली दे आर ऑल आर ह्यूमन बीइंग. Instill among the learners a deep rooted pride in being Indian And finally, global well-being, thereby reflecting a truly global citizen. Higher education. Quality universities and colleges, a new and forward-looking vision for India's higher education system, then towards a more holistic and multidisciplinary education, optimal learning environments and support for students, motivated, energized and capable faculty, then institutional and restructuring and consolidation. Teacher education, reimagining vocational education, then catalyzing quality, transforming the regulatory system of higher education, effective governance. Now, curriculum framework. Curriculum is the foundation of education and provides a direction for instruction. Curriculum is a key driver of the entire instructional system encompassing teaching, learning, pedagogy and assessment subsystem. Assessment is an integral part of instruction. Assessment. Again, generally I used to go to the lab. How do you assess your students' lab work? How do you assess? Because there are so many parameters when your student enter in the lab for performing the practical. Again, there is a discrimination in the duties. What is your first duty and student's duties? Then how he perform? What are the checks you have given? Whether to switch on the supply or switch off the supply. At what instant you are giving him permission to switch on the supply? What are your parameters? What are your evaluations? How you are going to? That is the assessment is an integral part of instruction. Because in lab you are mostly imparting the instructions. So that instruction should carry the assessment also. So that means again your 100% involvement, dedication is required in that lab. Innovative and responsive curriculum. Curriculum frameworks talk about the national education, which is an important component of CCE. Continuous comprehensive evaluation. It aims to develop national cohesion, cultivate the instinct for survival as a nation and instill our students' confidence in our nation's future. Main pillar, generally known as 4 pillars of NEP or 5 pillars of NEP. First one is access, ensuring that education is available for सगळ्यांसाठी आहे. Even if now there is 100% free shift GR for girls. Engineering also, if the limit is less than 8 lakh, income is 8 lakh. So ensuring that education is available to all regardless of the socio-economic background or location. Now it's possible. Then eliminating all forms of discrimination and ensuring fair opportunities for every student to succeed. Equity, then quality, focusing on improving learning outcome through improved curricula, teaching methodologies and teacher training. So quality is based on, or that framework says quality is based on the quality of teacher also. focusing on improving learning outcome through improved curricula, teaching methodologies and teachers training. So I remember nowadays you have a lot of STTPs and FDPs. When our days we have to go to ईटानगर, कहीं एक लॉन्च हुआ था microcontroller. Bhutan war is there in that year. My STTP and microcontroller organized by Northeastern Regional Institute of Science and NIRIST Science and Technology ईटानगर. We applied. कभी ईटानगर जाते थे, कभी ईरोड जाते थे, यानी स्टेट के बाहर ही जाना पड़ता था. सेम थिंग फॉर अ पेपर प्रेजेंटेशन ऑल्सो. So now you are having the ample opportunities, and this gadget, small gadget, given so many things, or it's a boon. But again we have to use the judiciously. So ये 20 साल में 25 साल में टोटल चेंज हो गया है. Everything is in your hand. Only you have to grab the opportunity and go ahead. और जरूरी नहीं है कि पहले मेरे 45% थे तो वो बॉस नहीं बन सकता. अभी वो जमाना चला गया है. एनीवन कैन बॉस. मेरा स्टूडेंट जो पढ़ा होगा 5 साल पहले वो मेरा बॉस बन सकता है. ओनली उसकी कैपेबिलिटी कितनी है और उतने स्किल कितने एडॉप्ट किए हैं, और वो हमने देखा है. अभी IITs में बच्चे हैं जो प्रोफेसर है, वंडरफुल काम कर रहे हैं. Then affordability, so making education financially accessible. So affordability, accountability, then accountability, establishing a framework to ensure that educational institution stakeholders are responsible for achieving the policy's goal. Your vision. This is the vision. Quality education program aligned with the provision of NEP 20 satisfies stakeholders' need. वही है वो. You are accountable. अपने अपने इंस्टीट्यूट का होगा. और विजन ऑलवेज सेम भी नहीं रह सकता. एक बार एनबीए हो गया तो आगे के एनबीए के लिए तुमने आगे क्या अचीव करना है, क्या चेंज. विजन बदलेगा, साथ में मिशंस भी बदलेंगे, आपके माइलस्टोन्स भी बदलेंगे. NEP curriculum framework provide direction for industrial evolution 4. Industry 4.0 is related with NEP, so and hence is a way of describing the blurring of boundaries between the different discipline and program. Thin boundaries under engineering, technology, humanities, social science, general science, management, pharmacy, vocational, general, under the umbrella of HE to promote multidisciplinary education and universities. Multidisciplinary. Multidisciplinary Indian education. फिलॉसफी है, मैथमेटिक्स है, म्यूजिक है. So engineering student, so one program government was using and trying to collaborate with other institute. So in Nagpur, Government Engineering College, Institute of Science and other institute, total 5 institutes, their cluster formation is there. And government engineering student, those who are interested in music, they used to attend the classes in that. And that credit transfer is ABC and all those things. So credit transfer will be there. In such facilities available in multidisciplinary Indian education system. Multidisciplinary and holistic education, thin boundaries, then multidisciplinary teaching and research, focus on integration of all schools, and arts among us themselves as per the requirement of multitasking jobs and individuals' interest areas. Multitasking. Integration of emerging technology. Industry 4. AI, robotic, IoT, 3D printing, genetic engineering, quantum computing, and other technologies applicable in multidisciplinary and cross section of the program. These are the things playing role. Then emphasis of development of learning outcomes for cognitive, psychomotor and affective domain. Then embedding entrepreneurship development for orienting and enhancing self-employment awareness, which ultimately will enable them economic independence. These are all the things. वहीं से पैराग्राफ उठाए हैं. Holistic development or continuous and comprehensive development of all individuals. So these are the 21st century capabilities cross a range of disciplines. Again, interdisciplinary, cross the range of discipline including sciences, social sciences, vocational subjects. Then embedding soft skill like leadership, creativity, analytical abilities, communication skill, values, soft skill, communication skill, then attitude for preparing student to develop social skill to contribute effectively and efficiently at home, society, and also towards his/her profession. So whenever you see the placement scenario, generally the student, those are involving in other activities, curricular activities, all the activities, even gathering. So that bunch of 6, 7 or 10 students will be selected definitely, though their academic line is marginal, somewhat less compared to the topper. But selection of such students will be there. That inputs required. Focus on use of developing learning material in a regional languages for the teacher. सर ते कुठलं होतं IIT मुंबई वाला रिजनल लँग्वेजेस मध्ये पुस्तकाचा स्कीम आला होता. Then promoting multilingualism and the power of languages in teaching and learning. Focus on development of effective teaching learning into ICT, use of technology using ICT based tools, moving towards faculty and institutional autonomy. So revamping curriculum, assessment and student support system for enhanced student experiences. Value based education, सत्य, धर्म, शांति, प्रेम, अहिंसा, temper, citizenship values. These are the life skills. Seva, and great example of seva is Segav. You can't compare now Shirdi and Segav. What type of peace you are going to get at Segav? Curriculum framework continue. Then light but tight, governance of HEI, life skills such as communication, cooperation, same things. Then phasing out single stream, phasing out system affiliated colleges, phasing out the system of affiliated colleges after suitable accreditation and benchmark academic, administrative, financial reform, they may be converted into the autonomous degree granting colleges. Will be granted graded autonomy in phased manner. Now graded autonomy phase is going on. The Raisoni is getting now graded autonomy. And after graded autonomy, degree awarding institutes. In that way, UGC is working. Then academic, administrative and financial autonomy with suitable accreditation. टाइप्स ऑफ इन्स्टिट्यूशन. ए बी सी डी ई कुठे येतोय आपण बघा. कॉलेजेस अफिलिएटेड टू द युनिव्हर्सिटी आफ्टर बेंचमार्किंग अँड accreditation. Autonomous degree granting colleges. B. Multidisciplinary institution of higher learning. C. Research intensive or teaching intensive universities. D. And higher educational institution. E. Public. Supporting other HIs in their development, community engagement and service contribution to various fields of practice, faculty development for the higher education system and support to school education, creation of vibrant multidisciplinary communities. So such type of expectation is given in NEP. A type institution, B type institution, C type, D type and E type. Flexible curricular structure, multiple entry, multiple exit. Can anybody say what is multiple entry, multiple exit? In our system, only we are following lateral entry, present day. Those saying multiple entry is possible in technical, I don't think it's very easily feasible, because at the end of every year there is a exit credit required that scheme will show, and that is not possible to match with other university or other institute. But we are saying there is a provision due to our lateral entry, diploma holders coming to the direct second year. Then research specialization, internship, industrial training, practical experiences with local industry, business, artists, crafts persons. But I think internship is compulsory now.
Yes.
For everywhere. But again, there are various types of internship that mentor should check whether your students are doing internship or not, or only coming with the certificate. Everywhere दो कॉइन की दो साइड तो है. CBCS, credit based courses and projects, then value based education, development of humanistic, ethical, constitutional and universal human will be considered an integral part of holistic education. Multidisciplinary education and research universities, Meru will set up and will aim to attain the highest global standard in quality education at par with IITs, IIMs. Research and innovation part is also there. Inclusion of co-curricular, extracurricular support system for ODL, distance learning, norms and standard and guidelines for systematic development, regulation and accreditation of ODL will be prepared, and a framework for quality of ODL, that will be the recommendatory for all HI will be developed. Student teacher ratio is not too high. आता किती आहे आपला SFR? 1:20 असेल. इंजिनिअरिंगला 20, डिप्लोमाला 25 आहे. पहिले किती होता 5 वर्षाच्या अगोदर? 15 पासून सुरू झाला. इफ यू सी द न्यू GR ऑफ 7th पे, कुठलं लोड काउंट होणार आहे आणि कुठलं लोड काउंट नाही होणार आहे ते लिहून आहे त्याच्यात. प्रॅक्टिकल प्लस थेअरी, हे जे दोन लोड आहे म्हणजे जे 18, 16, 20 जे आहे 18चं असेल ना, तर थिअरी आणि प्रॅक्टिकल, त्यात ट्युटोरियल नाही आहे, त्यात प्रोजेक्ट नाही आहे, तर दॅट वीकली जे 42 आवर्स आहे अदर दॅन, त्यात ते दिलेलं आहे. दॅट इज वाय जो शासनाचा एक आढावा आला आहे आणि कोर्ट केस झाली, 202 लोक त्या कोर्ट केसमध्ये आहे, 198 लोक बेसिक सायन्सचे सरप्लस झाले ड्यू टू NEP. तर त्यासाठी त्या GR आणि त्याच्यानुसार कॅल्क्युलेशन केले, 1:25 टोटल लोड आणि इनटेक, आणि प्रोफेसर ऑफ प्रॅक्टिस मध्ये 20% आलाय इंजिनिअरिंग कॉलेजला, पॉलिटेक्निकला, त्यात 15% कोणीही चालेल, पण 5% फिमेल टीचर, 20 म्हणजे 80%च राहिला आपल्याजवळ, 20% POP ला गेलं प्रोफेसर प्रॅक्टिसला, प्रोफेसर ऑफ प्रॅक्टिसला. हे सगळे इश्यूज जेव्हा येतात तेव्हा वेगळे प्रॉब्लेम सुरू होतात, जो आम्ही फेस करून आलोय ऑल ओव्हर महाराष्ट्र. पदांचा आढावा म्हणून तर स्टुडंट टीचर रेशिओ इज नॉट टू हाय, देन एन्शुरिंग हॅपी, एन्थुजियास्टिक अँड एंगेज्ड अँड मोटिवेशनल फॅकल्टी, freedom to adopt innovative active approaches, then provision of reward and promotional recognition, movement into institutional leadership as an incentive. So these things matter. How we motivate our faculty, and these things are very nicely practiced in private institutions, I observe. Suppose one teacher published a good paper, then there may be some incentive like this. Then NEP curriculum framework motivated teachers. Urgent need to raise the standard and restore integrity, credibility, efficacy, high quality to the teachers education system. Then multidisciplinary integrated teacher education program, use of technology platforms such as Swayam Diksha for online training of teacher. Mobility across general and vocational education, and vocationalization of higher education and skill development. Then professional standards setting bodies, PSSBS, these things are given. Then integration of humanities, arts with science, technology, engineering and mathematics. Now STEM, integration of all disciplines. Higher Education Commission of India, HECI, will only be body for entire HE. HECI will be the only body for entire HE except medical and legal education. बाकी सगळे एकत्र होऊन मग NBA नाही राहणार, AICT नाही राहणार, कुठलंच नाही राहणार, HECI राहील. Then within its umbrella, NHERC, National Higher Education Regulatory Council, will be single point, regular point for HE, and NAC, National Accreditation Council, या दोनच राहील. Then HEGC, Higher Education Grant Council, funding. GEC, General Education Council, was standing setting for LOGA for higher education. NHEQF, Quality Framework. Formation of National Higher Education Qualification Framework in synchronized with NSQF, National Skill Qualification Framework, to ease the integration of HE with vocational education. And that NEP credit system we have to map with the NSQF. Curriculum framework, that flexible curricular structure, you can go through it.
selection of program as per interest, mode of learning, learning at one own pace, PG level advanced research oriented, then the curriculum should be include open electives. So these are all things with the curriculum. Then inclusion of open electives. So I am going to show the complete structure. MOOC courses, inbuilt mechanism, upgradation, qualification type and credit requirement. And these are the NSQF levels. UG certificate 1 year 40 credit, UG diploma 2 years म्हणजे पहिल्या वर्षानंतर जर UG सोडलं तर त्याला सर्टिफिकेट मिळेल. दुसऱ्या वर्षानंतर UG सोडलं 80 क्रेडिट, तिसऱ्या वर्षानंतर त्याला बॅचलर डिग्री 3 years बॅचलर ऑफ व्होकेशन / BSc इंजिनिअरिंग डिग्री 120, then 4 years bachelor degree 160, 4 years bachelor degree with honors or research 160, PG diploma exit after first year 40. So like this total things are given, and their total things given in one government GR also, and based on that GR Maharashtra government adopted राष्ट्रीय शैक्षणिक धोरण 2020 च्या अनुषंगाने राज्यातील अंमलबजावणीच्या अनुषंगाने अभियांत्रिकी पदवी अभ्यासक्रम आराखडा श्रेयांक आराखडा यात कंप्लीट कुठली कशी कशी मुवमेंट केलेली आहे दिलेले आहे. त्याच्यानंतर व्हेरियस कॉम्बिनेशन्स ऑफ मेजर मायनर अँड अदर कोर्सेस. बहुतेक तुमच्या युनिव्हर्सिटीने घेतलं असेल मेजर मायनर बास्केट तयार केल्या असेल. मेजर कोर फोकस डिग्री 50% ऑफ टोटल क्रेडिट जे आहे ते मेजरचे राहील आणि उरलेले जे आहे कोर इलेक्टिव्ह व्होकेशनल कोर्सेस अँड स्किल बेस्ड 14 ते 16 क्रेडिट जाईल असं क्रेडिट डिस्ट्रीब्युशन दिलेलं आहे. ओपन इलेक्टिव्ह 12 क्रेडिट, एईसी ॲबिलिटी एनहान्समेंट, नंतर व्हॅल्यू एज्युकेशनचे 4 क्रेडिट आहे, IKS चे 4 क्रेडिट आहे, को करिक्युलरचे 8 क्रेडिट आहे. व्हॉट आर द चॅलेंजेस? हे सगळं करत असताना आपल्याला चॅलेंजेस कोणते आहे? स्टँडर्डाइज consistent nationally acceptable outcome of different programs across the country through national curricular framework. So global mobility, flexibility for lifelong learning, recognition of prior learning, and the need of different meticulous subsystems of teaching, learning, curriculum, then establishing pathways for horizontal and vertical mobility amongst NHEQF and NSQF. These are all under HECI. Fragmented higher educational ecosystem, limited access particularly in socio-economically disadvantaged areas with HEIs that teach in local languages. त्याचं इंटिग्रेशन कसं होईल? नंतर लिमिटेड टीचर्स अँड इन्स्टिट्यूशनल ऑटोनॉमी, म्हणून आपण आता ऑटोनॉमीवर भर देणं सुरू आहे. मेजॉरिटी ऑफ inadequate mechanisms for merit based career management, then lesser emphasis on research at most universities and colleges, and ineffective regulatory system, large affiliating universities, holistic and multidisciplinary education, critical thinking, emotional development, conflict resolution skill, character formation, healthy social skill, manner, hands-on lessons, core academics. त्याच्यानंतर revamping curriculum, pedagogy and assessment and student support system. NEP advocates outcome-based curriculum and criteria-based grading system for assessment. ABC बहुतेक सगळ्यांनी रजिस्टर केलं असेल. मुलांचं केलं का तुमच्याकडे रजिस्टर? हा, कंपल्सरी झालाय सगळ्यांना. नागपूर युनिव्हर्सिटीला NPTEL ची ABC ID थ्रू ट्रान्सफर होते. इंजिनिअरिंग कॉलेजला आपल्याकडे होतं का? नंतर इन्क्लुजन ऑफ लिबरल आर्ट्स इन द हायर एज्युकेशन अँड करिक्युलम, याला सुद्धा जाता येईल. IKS इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम, rich heritage of ancient Indian knowledge system and thought has been guiding light for NEP. मी याच्याबद्दल बोललो होतो. हा, एक वेळ जोपर्यंत जाणार नाही आणि जाऊन पाहून येणार नाही तोपर्यंत विश्वासच बसणार नाही. इंटिग्रेटेड पर्सनॅलिटी डेव्हलपमेंट कोर्स बाय दॅट टीम ऑफ अक्षरधाम स्वामीनारायण टेम्पल, म्हणजे होलिस्टिक डेव्हलपमेंट, व्हॅल्यू बेस्ड एज्युकेशन, प्रॅक्टिकल लाईफ स्किल, NEP अलाइनमेंट, वाईड स्प्रेड इम्प्लिमेंटेशन, हे सगळे कॉम्पोनंट त्यात आहे आणि आपली रिक्वायरमेंट फुलफिल करते हा कोर्स. आणि ज्या प्रकारचं गायडन्स मिळते त्यांची लोक येतात पण. म्हणजे रामदेव बाबामध्ये आहे, फलोटीला पण आहे, अजून एका ठिकाणी, नागपूरला 3-4 ठिकाणी सुरू झालं. सेम करिक्युलम आहे. एज्युकेशन इन रिजनल लँग्वेजेस, मल्टीलिंग्वल, critical and creative thinking. NEP aims to develop good and well-rounded and creative individuals. या सगळ्या गोष्टीकडे आपल्याला लक्ष द्यायचं आहे. इथिक्स, ह्युमन अँड कॉन्स्टिट्युशनल व्हॅल्यूज, ह्युमन व्हॅल्यूज, स्वयं NPTEL, स्किल एनहान्समेंट, ॲड ऑन, one of the principle on which NEP based is a full equity and inclusion as a cornerstone of all educational decisions. Integration of vocational education in higher education. At least 50% of learners through the school and higher education system by 2025 NEP advocates the integrate the vocational education into all school and higher education. Skill, flexible student-centric education. One of the principles on which NEP is the flexibility of the student to choose their learning trajectories. कारण आपल्याकडे असतंय तो, आता काल त्यांचा मुलगा आला होता, मेकॅट्रॉनिक्सचा मुलगा, इज अ गुड आर्टिस्ट. तो माझं स्केच काढून घेऊन आला कम्प्लीट, आणि त्याला वेगवेगळ्या म्हणजे त्याचं अप्रिशिएशन पण होत आहे. पोरगा मेकॅट्रॉनिक्सचं, हे मला डिप्लोमा मेकॅट्रॉनिक्सच करायचं. सो फायनली what Swami Vivekananda said, because Swami Vivekananda already said, arise, awake and stop not till the goal is reached. आणि प्रत्येक फॅकल्टीचा गोल तो त्याच्याजवळ असावा, त्याचं स्वतःचं विजन असावं, स्वतःचं मिशन असावं. सो एज्युकेशन इज नॉट द अमाउंट ऑफ इन्फॉर्मेशन दॅट वी पुट इन टू युअर ब्रेन अँड रन्स राईट देअर undigested all your life. We must have life building, man making, character making. We must have life building, man making, character making, assimilation of ideas. If education is identical to information, the libraries are the greatest sages of the world and encyclopedias are the greatest rishis. If you have assimilated 5 ideas and made them your life and character, you have more education than any man who has got by heart a whole library. Education is not just the acquisition of knowledge as preparation for life in this world or for life beyond schooling, but for complete realization and liberation of the self. Thank you very much for patient hearing. Thank you, sir.